So this right here is white clover, scientific name Trifolium repens, trifolium, again because of the classic three leaves, trifolium, three leaves, repens because it creeps and forms large mats, as you can see over here. Um, that's what repens means, is creeping. Again, it's got some other names too, Dutch white clover, sometimes they call it ladino, but again, for us usually it's just called white clover. Lots of different varieties. It's been planted all over the place. Not native. It's actually native to Europe and some parts of Asia, but has become established here in many lawns. And in fact, in many places they used to include it in lawns because it is in the family, the bean family. So it's nitrogen fixing. That of course is quite good as a green manure, and as well as fixing oxygen to fix poor soils. So that's all good. The plants, as you can tell, white clover, white mostly, although I will say that as they age, some of them are pink. It's one of the most important forage crops in the whole world. Because it's leguminous, can be used as green manure, because it can be used to improve the soils and so forth. But it's pretty good for food. Now, as a clover, many clovers do cause bloating in some kinds of animals, but this does it much less than most other types of clovers, and they usually mix it in when they're doing all sorts of things, like when they're trying to raise as forage crops for things like cows and stuff. They mix it in with other things, so it's not just the only thing. It's also mixed in sometimes in gardens for that same reason. It can go tall, small, not as tall as some of the other ones, but still kind of out there. Kind of neat. It's a famous, again, green manure. Now, some clovers are edible. Many people, though, have decided that perhaps this is not one of them. White clovers, again, tend to react slowly with again, in the human body, so it's not a good thing to eat. It's just something to be aware of. But again, a very important crop, white clover, creeping, as you can see it does here. Great little plant, fantastic for some kinds of things. As a non-native goes, it's not too bad. The main pollinators, of course, are bumblebees with some honeybees as well. Not as important to our own native crops, but still important for some other things, for some of these other ones as well, including all the different kinds of bumblebees, which is probably their main pollinator. White clover.